I'm going to let you in on a secret. There is one thing that can instantly and dramatically transform your entire look, and it costs absolutely nothing. The secret? It's your hair part. We've all been told at some point to just stick with your natural part, and today I am officially breaking that myth. Your natural part might be actually the one thing that is holding your entire look back and might be making your face look whiter, your features unbalanced, or your hair look flatter than it really is. As a hairstylist of 18 years, I'm going to teach you exactly how to find your power part, the one that highlights your best features, balances your face, and completely changes your vibe. Are you ready? Let's go. To help get an idea on what part you want to wear or that you think may fit you better than another one, we first want to assess our facial features, and we do this by looking at our hairline, our facial third measurements, and our head shape. So these things help you understand your face a bit more and help to start that aha moment of why maybe you really love one part and you hate another. So let's take a look at the hairline first. Is it wide, meaning you have more visual width to your forehead, or is it narrow? Now let's take a look at your facial thirds. So imagine your face in 3 sections. So you have from your hairline to your brow, from your brow to the bottom of your nose, and from the bottom of your nose to your chin. You'll mostly want to focus on how tall or short your forehead is in this facial analysis. And then finally, consider your head shape, which is also known as your cranial top, the distance from your hairline to your crown. And what we're going to look for is we're going to be comparing it to the height of your forehead. So if your cranial top is longer, you have a high cranial top. If it's the same distance or shorter, you have a low cranial top. And this affects your preference for certain hair parts as well. So there are no right or wrong facial proportions, as everyone is unique and one of a kind, but overall, the goal with how we wear our hair is to create balance within our own face. If one section is visibly longer or shorter, the right part can create an illusion of better balance. So now that you have an understanding of these 3 key things, let's get into the fun part and figure out which one is best suited for you. And be sure to stick around to the end, as I have a fun personality quiz that will also help you determine which part works best for you. So we're gonna kick things off with the middle part. I feel like middle parts are not liked as much as a whole. I have another channel, Styles by Summer, where I post hair cutting tutorials. And anytime I do a cut with it parted down the middle, I always have a ton of comments of people wishing that it was a side part. But let's talk about why middle parts can actually work really well for someone. So middle parts have always been considered trendy. They've been considered youthful and fashion forward. And middle parts bring attention to the center of your face to show off your eyes, nose, and cheekbones. They work great to add the illusion of less width to your face, which may be ideal for round, square, or heart-shaped faces. And they also can balance your face if you have width in your forehead and jawline that you perhaps don't prefer. If you have a low cranial top, you might not prefer them, as they can make your hair appear more flat on top. Because you have less natural height in your head shape, the appearance of volume will not be there quite as much as it is on somebody with a high cranial top. And lastly, if you have prominence in the center of your face that you don't want to bring more attention to, middle parts aren't as ideal for you, as you may prefer to bring attention away from those areas. So if maybe you're self-conscious about your forehead being small like myself, or you're worried about your nose, you don't have to pay to cut bangs or spend money on makeup to try and contour. You can simply just change your hair part. Side parts break up the face a bit more. They allow for more of your cheekbone, jawline, and your hairline to be shown. So in my case, a side part helps heighten my forehead and gives more visual movement with the eye to my face. So you're not just focused in on one area. If you're obsessed with your jawline, side parts are made for you. They can be worn as a deep or subtle side part and are going to create more volume in your hair than a middle part. I love deep side parts, especially when the hair is curly or waved. It gives such a fun volume and textured look to the hair. And when worn with the hair straight, they can create both a soft, inviting feel or a sexy, bold look, depending on how you choose to wear your makeup and outfit choice. They are very versatile and they work for any and all face shapes, and I just love them. A soft side part, I find, is where most people's natural part falls, so just to the right or left of the center of your head. This part option is often the easiest to wear and it looks the most natural. A deep side part you will need to create by parting the hair further out from the center. So deep parts may require a little bit more work to style at first, especially if you have a cowlick. This should not deter you though, it's just something to make note of. It is so fun to see how much difference it can make to your whole look just by moving the part further over. It makes your layers appear a little more short and full the deeper you go with the side part, and it creates a little bit more volume in the hair as well. Now you may be asking, what side is best to wear the deep side part on? So one side of your hair is going to be more manageable than the other, but the two things that you'll want to pay attention to is how thin or thick your hair is on the sides and simply which side of your face that you prefer. It really sounds like a silly thing, but it is true, and I'm almost certain you already know which side of your own face you prefer. So be sure to let me know in the comments, is it your right side or your left side? I prefer the right side of my face, and I wear my hair on this side 99% of the time. Like mentioned before, my forehead is a little on the shorter side, and parting my hair on the right side opens up my forehead a little bit more than if I part it on my other side, which would be my left. Now, if your hair is more thin on one side over the other, you may prefer to part it on the opposite side to balance out the hair. This helps give the appearance of even thickness on both sides of the head. While I prefer to part my hair on my right side, my hair on the right is actually more thin than it is on the left. And with my hairline receded, I have to be careful with how deep I can take my side part. However, with that being said, that leads us into our final part to show you how you can still make a deep side part work when you have a thin recession with just one simple tweak. The diagonal part is the perfect option. It is like a blend of both the subtle and deep side part. It fits every face shape and it creates maybe a little more edge to your style without having to pay for a new haircut. So you create this by placing your comb just slightly off center, so close to where your hair may naturally part, and you're gonna glide your comb through your hair at a diagonal towards the back of your head. This is great for those with a thin recession like myself, as it allows you to keep this area covered, but it will add a little more volume and drama like the deep side part from angling back. You'll want to apply your favorite styling products in your hair, and if you're looking for any product suggestions, all of my favorite options per hair type are listed below, and you will dry your hair as you typically would. Once your hair is dry, you can opt to tease your hair some to add volume or use my favorite hot tool, the Volume. I have talked about this so many times on my channel. It's an iron with waffle plates to add extra volume in your hair. So if you are somebody who constantly feels like you're fighting for volume, this tool is a must, especially over teasing. One style to perfection, set with hairspray if you choose. And again, this part is the perfect blend of a subtle or deep side part that is sure to bring a whole new fun vibe to your look. So now that you have seen our part options, it's possible you might still be unsure of what part might suit you best. So I created a fun little personality quiz to help you figure out which is best for you. Your part doesn't just change your look, it also can send a message to those around you. So question 1. Are you a rule breaker or rule follower? Rule followers often love to look and feel reliable and like to stick to a plan. A middle or subtle side part is going to be your preferred option. These two parts create a relaxed and approachable look. Rule breakers, you're a deep or diagonal side part all the way. It's dramatic, asymmetrical, and bold. Question 2, do you want to blend in or stand out? The soft side part is perfect for blending in and looking effortlessly natural, as it's typically a natural part for most women. If you want to stand out, you need a statement part. So you could opt for a super sleek version of both a middle or deep side part to bring the drama to give those powerhouse vibes. These defined parts can often convey authority, confidence, and attention to detail. Question 3, are you high maintenance or are you low maintenance? Be honest. If you're low maintenance, your power part is the one that works with your natural part. And if you're high maintenance and willing to use a blow dryer and products to style your hair, you can, however, force any part to work for you. Remember, there's no right or wrong answer. It's just about aligning your hair with your personality. Your hair part is your signature. It's the first thing people see, so make sure it's saying exactly what you want it to say. I hope this video inspires you to try something new with your part and see the beauty you naturally have within yourself. Be sure to like, subscribe to the channel, and drop a heart emoji in the comments if you enjoyed this video. And if you want to hear more on face shapes and cranial tops, you can check out this video right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.